And Mike, I know a lot happened late, but in the first half, they scored 74 points, kind of back-to-back nights with an opponent, over 70 and a half, shooting well, backcourt. What did you see, I guess, that Toronto was able to do to do that, I guess, with Trent and Van Vliet?
Yeah, I mean, both those guys individually, they were tough covers. Trent coming off of screens, a little bit in transition. I think an offensive kick out. Van Vliet in the pick and roll game. They're both very good players. They're both very capable. Our defense has got to be better, but credit to those two guys. They were phenomenal. And I think we were a little bit better in the second half.
Brook, I think of late, back to taking about 6 threes a game. He's shooting almost 49% from three. And there was a stretch there after Christmas where he was down to almost just about 3 a game. What is it? I know what it means, but to have him, I guess, back in that rhythm, putting up as many threes, but making as many in the stretch for you all in the last week or so.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a game of runs. We kind of had a run in the first quarter. They had one in the second quarter, and it felt like Brook just got hot there for like 3 straight possessions, and it's obviously the scoreboard is changing, but it gives us just a ton of confidence. Gives his teammates a ton of confidence. With what he can do defensively, and then when he counters it and come down and make threes, it's just a great combination to have him where. And we want him shooting them. I think it's been a good, kind of Brook just embracing, doing both. Actually, he's better in the paint. He's better at the 3-point line. He's just having a great year.
Van Vliet hits a 3 with, I think it's 3:19 left, 121, 119. They get stuck on 119 for the next 3 minutes. Just what did you like about your defense there late to... you guys weren't always scoring offensively, but defensively, you guys are getting the stops.
Yeah, I mean, there's some discipline it takes playing against particularly Van Vliet. It felt like he had multiple drives, multiple times in the paint, and you have to be very disciplined. You have to show your hands, not put them on the free throw line. Drew with the pursuit and the kind of chase down block. So those 3 or 4 plays stand out to me where it just, he's very crafty. He's very unique about seeking contact and creating contact. And then, I think the activity, Bobby in the pick and roll, Drew in the pick and roll. I thought Joe gave us some good defensive possessions and just found a way to get the stops those last 3 minutes.
Drew is obviously spectacular again tonight. Just what have you kind of seen from him in this stretch? I know he said, I know I need to be more aggressive with Giannis not on the floor. I need to try to get into the paint, but it just feels like he's doing that, but then also hitting threes, also distributing, kind of doing everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, obviously we're a little bit down or a little bit undermanned, and he's just stepped up in a big way. It's 2 games in a row, just vintage Drew Holiday, and he just seems like he's got a bounce, he's got a pop, and the way he's shooting the ball, and then when he gets to the rim and the paint and gives us that presence too, he's just, he's doing everything.
There was a play in the third quarter, I think. Drew halfway intercepts it on a Van Vliet pass, but then has the IQ to knock it off his leg and gets it right back to himself, and then Grayson ends up knocking down a 3. I'm just wondering, Drew's mind and his smarts in those moments, because the impact of those plays are on display.
Yeah, no, I mean his defensive just ability to be disruptive and create game changing or momentum changing plays, and that's where the third quarter we felt like plays like that on the defensive end, and Grayson's hitting threes in transition, Brooks hitting threes and pick and pop, and we were just able to flip it from the second quarter, and I think, feed off of Drew's energy defensively, and then guys start popping threes, especially in transition. That changes the game.
And then Grayson's ability to mix it up this season. He had a couple of crafty ones at the rim, just what you're seeing from him.
Yeah. No, I mean, his ability to kind of put it on the deck and get to the paint. And tonight he was able to finish, the one, where he takes the right shoulder and kind of gets a little fade. And that felt like a huge basket. And there were others throughout the game. It was just, I think, particularly the second half, Grayson was really big, but, he's just a good player. He's getting his opportunities. He's taking advantage of them.
Coach, I know that altercation was down on the other end of the floor, but what did you see there, and what was the explanation you got for why Brook was tossed?
I think the explanation was two acts that warranted a technical. I don't know exactly what they both were, but he got 2 techs and was ejected, and one tech on their assistant coach who I think was involved in the altercation, and one on Trent. So it was just offsetting, and I couldn't see much. It was all the way down at the other end of the court. Thank you.